All right, let's dive right into this explainer on a smarter, faster way to search public court records in Chula Vista, California. Most people make the exact same mistake here. They just open up a random website, type in a name, and bam, they're immediately buried in confusing results, incomplete databases, or just totally outdated information. So whether you need to research criminal cases, civil filings, traffic violations, or just general case info, we're going to build your investigator's playbook today. We'll walk through the whole process, step by step, in plain English, so you don't waste hours online.
So have you ever opened a search engine, typed in someone's name, and just hit this incredibly frustrating wall of incomplete data? Or maybe you got hit with a sneaky paywall? Yeah, we've all been there. And it's actually the #1 reason public record searches fail. You might think you're doing a deep dive, but you're really just splashing around in the shallow end of the internet.
The biggest trap? Relying on third-party record finder websites. You've probably seen them. They promise instant access to absolutely everything. But honestly, they often just provide incomplete or totally misleading information designed mainly to generate clicks. A smart search completely skips that clickbait. It goes straight to the source, the official municipal and county databases. It's targeted, it's informed, and most importantly, it actually finds the accurate legal documents you need. Here's our exact roadmap for today. We've got 4 parts. First, the pre-search checklist. Second, mapping the territory. Third, smart search strategies. And finally, why some records hide. Let's get right to it. Section 1. The pre-search checklist. Before you even touch a keyboard, let's look at the exact details you absolutely must collect. These right here are your essential search clues. You really need the full legal name, and please, make sure you have the correct spelling. You also want to get the approximate filing year. Now, if you happen to have the case number or the specific court division, your job just got 10 times easier. Missing even one of these critical details can literally turn a simple search into a frustrating mess, returning hundreds of files that have absolutely zero to do with what you're actually looking for. Moving right along to Section 2, mapping the territory. The next really crucial point is knowing exactly where to search. You see, court records are usually separated by court type and jurisdiction. Traffic matters, criminal cases, civil disputes, they might appear in completely different systems. So to demystify the maze a bit, the San Diego Superior Court handles the actual judicial outcomes, like trials and civil disputes. But the sheriff and local police, they handle the initial arrests and booking records. And if you want city ordinances or municipal records, you've got to check with the city clerk. Knowing where to search first can save you an enormous amount of time. Now, for Chula Vista specifically, your primary judicial hub is the South County Regional Center right on 3rd Avenue. This place is a massive multi-agency complex. It houses the Superior Court and the sheriff all in one spot, and it's where you'll look for Chula Vista criminal, family, and civil cases. All right, Section 3, Smart Search Strategies. Now that we know where to go, let's see how experienced researchers actually structure their searches. One of the absolute smartest techniques is narrowing your search before you even enter information into a database. Broad searches usually just create hundreds of irrelevant results. But if you filter by court location or search by a specific case or DA number, you dramatically improve your accuracy. You also want to pay super close attention to case status, filing dates, and party names. Cross-referencing these details helps you separate similar names and drastically reduces search errors. While you're digging around, you're definitely going to run into some bureaucratic jargon. The big one to know is disposition. Think of it as the finish line of the case. It's the court's final determination. Did it end in a conviction, a dismissal, a settlement? The disposition tells you exactly how the whole thing actually wrapped up. And let's quickly talk about the economics of all this. Doing a basic index search online, totally free. But if you need actual documents, it's going to cost you. A plain copy is just 50 cents a page, but if you need a certified copy, say for official legal use, that jumps to $40 a document. Oh, and watch out for this. If you ask a clerk to do the digging for you and it takes them more than 10 minutes, they're going to hit you with a $15 search fee. So doing your homework beforehand literally saves you cash. Okay, Section 4, why some records hide. So what happens when you follow this playbook perfectly, but you still get absolutely zero results? While sometimes records just won't appear online at all, it's incredibly important to understand the boundaries of public access. Because of state privacy laws, things like juvenile proceedings, mental health cases, and adoption records are strictly confidential.
The same goes for sealed or expunged cases and active law enforcement investigations. The courts restrict access to protect the people involved, so you just aren't going to find those on the internet.
Even with really common searches, like divorces, there are limits. You might see the basic info online, like the fact that a case was filed, but to protect highly sensitive personal data like financial disclosures or child custody info, the court restricts remote viewing. To see the full file, you almost always have to physically drive down to the courthouse and use one of their public kiosks. Before we wrap up, I do need to give a quick disclaimer. This explainer is for informational and educational purposes only. Court record availability varies a lot depending on your jurisdiction, local laws, and court policies. Some records might be delayed, incomplete, or simply unavailable online. So remember, this is not legal advice, and it definitely shouldn't replace professional legal assistance. And there you have it. The goal here was simple: to help you understand court record searches clearly enough that you can find useful public information without all the confusion or wasted effort. If you enjoy practical tutorials about public records, online research, legal databases, and digital investigation tools, go ahead and subscribe for more evergreen guides designed to give you real-world value. Armed with your new Investigator's Playbook, what are you going to uncover with your next smart search?